We always play music in the beginning. It rules out fakes, man. It rules out the fakes. Bear with me. Two hoes on the phone, two hoes on the line. Do you know they trying to fuck with my shit? They ain't gonna get me.
I can fucking do what the fuck I want to do. I don't need. It's like it's way past this, bro. I don't need. I'll fucking run something, but it's like
low battery.
That's all it is. It's like I'm not there yet. That's all it is. It's like I'm not there yet. But it's like I'm better than I was.
Dude, they're trying to fuck with my shit. Like I said, if anybody trying to steal my shit or try to siphon my energy, you will have 100 years of bad luck. And you will have health issues just because you're doing some wicked shit. You're not supposed to be out here trying to siphon my energy. Anybody trying to siphon my... Yeah, you already know they're trying to stop my shit. You already know. But like I said, man, you already know they're trying to stop this shit, bro. Government is not gonna like this one. Government, you're not gonna like this one, buddy. But I got this transmission, man. You don't get mad at me. I know you're gonna get mad at me, but this is the truth. I got the download, man. I know the government's gonna be mad. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is a skit. I'm trying to be the new Dave Chappelle. Yes, Comedy Central is lacking comedians that is, the next Dave Chappelle, and I'm the next one. So this is for entertainment purposes only. But the National Guard would be turned into, they will be handed over to the tribal council soon, because there's galactic forces working with the tribal council to give advanced Halo technology, Halo armor, stuff like Halo, to protect them from invaders and the imposters. It's basically the primal Father's blessing to those who defended the primal beings, even in a corrupt system. We'll be the protectors of the new earth. People that even in times where they were being told to do the bullshit, they didn't do the bullshit. He didn't do the bullshit. And this shit's weirder than you think. This shit is weirder than you think, to where they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop certain things that are happening. And they're always actively going against certain things that is the opposite of that. That just goes to show you that it is a moving thing. But yeah, the National Guard is being turned over, because if you think these people are out of power, if these, you know what I'm saying, you might as well use these forces for good. You might as well use these forces for good. But you always want to have those ones that end up getting the ones that are brainwashed, going with their agenda, going against the ones that go against that is in the form of the coalition. But you already know, with this technology, that these confirmation, these grays, honestly, it's the grays that's giving them this technology. But it's not the bad grays. And it's not like they're coming with agendas, they're coming with, hey, if you go rogue, that shit will self-destruct and it'll blow up on you. All right? Shit like that. But they're coming connected to the Galactic Federation. But they're working with the tribal council hand in hand, because there's certain things that the Greys got. It's basically, if you help me, I help you. And since we help them, they're going to help us. And they got to give certain beings certain technologies to protect them against these little super soldiers they're trying to make. But it's going to be easy. That's why they're getting this technology. That's why you should never go against what you feel. I'm speaking to the primal feds, because they're even involved with the guards that got that primal heartbeat that go against what they're being told. It's even those people are the primal feds, if you think about it. The primal soldier. There we go. The primal soldier. That's exactly what the fuck that is. And just because you're a soldier don't mean shit. There's some powerful beings and legions, because they know how to get the job done. They've been doing that shit for a minute, so they've been ranking up. So you can be in a platoon, but you ranking up so high, really, but you work good in a team. That's what they do. They just work good in a team to get the job done. You put them people out, they get the least amount of casualties. Certain groups know how to work together to where they ain't gonna have that many casualties over, if not none, because they know how to attack the enemy in a good way. You wouldn't even know they're coming at you. Kings of ambush and guerrilla warfare. The primal soldier. But yeah, the National Guard is being handed over. Some of them, not all, but the ones that we need to win. So a good amount of the good ones. The primal soldiers. Pretty much all the primal soldiers are going, basically, because it's a sinking ship over there, and it's the last stand. So it's like, you kind of know these people did some fuckery. So it's like, do you want to go down with them, or do you want to go to the opposite end and clean your shit up and just do it purposefully, rather than doing it because you're trying to do it in a form of control and listening to people that really don't have your best interest, just sending you in on dead end missions You know what I'm saying? This basically sending you in missions for their own dirty work. But if you do things for more purpose, you have way more protection going in there, battling. You might make it out fucking with the tribal council, but if you're fucking with these people, you're not going to make it out, most likely. You've seen this shit happen with veterans, you know. God bless their heart going out there fighting because they did it for the people. But if you think about it, it was these people, dark agendas that they were really doing it for. So, like, do you want to keep working with these type of wicked people? Because you know they're going to keep putting you in bad predicaments. And if you make it out, just know you help their agenda. And you don't want to help these people out. These people are wicked. Don't let these people's plans prevail because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't get nowhere. You damn near get your body blown up and you help these wicked people. Don't do that. It's just not right. It's just not right, bro, because you know it hurts your soul. You see the karma of what happens when people come back for doing their dirty work. They don't be having their mind right. A lot of people be having PTSD because you're doing that shit for no reason. I see people were coming at us and we're going over there because these people are coming at us. But a lot of the times that shit is happening because they want artifacts, they want natural resources, they want certain things like that. It's never because oh, we gotta defend America. It's always because there's some wicked shit going on. There's always some underhand wicked shit. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is for an entry to be in Comedy Central's new show, New Dave Chappelle. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm trying to be the new Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle ain't really on tour like that. So if Comedy Central see this and they see I'm telling these jokes like this, I might be able to make it. But yeah, man, it's like, what you gonna do, man? You gonna keep working with these people or you gonna, keep doing that shit? But I gotta keep it a sec. They want me to get this out. The Grays, there's certain Maccabean Grays, not all of them, but the ones that we working with. We all know this for me. I think I got something to do with something going on up there. Believe it or not, because I got this bitch. The Grays are granted Ascension keys. Now they're in alliance to form and protect the new Earth. Dracone Grey Pact has been formed. The ancient old saying, niggas always come together. Example. Hold up. Parties, house parties. What the fuck is that? Cookouts, house parties, gatherings, games. Because in the beginning, niggas all used to come together back in the day, but there was people actively destabilizing niggas. Back in the 60s and the 50s and the 70s, niggas all used to come together, but we got the Archon motherfuckers, these Archon bloodlines destabilize our togetherness, but we're getting back together. But that was always a representation of other motherfucking niggas across different spaces, different galaxies coming together because they're bringing different things to the table. And if they come together, it'll just be better because you will end up forming something newer out of this rather than just, separating. Some people got that link to where they can do that even if they're different people, like the Cubans with the Dominicans. The Americans with the Africans. Even though they're different, they still got that link to formulate a coalition or formulate partnership. It's in their gene, even though they're from different sectors. It's just in them. Niggas always had that gene to formulate if they have to. If they have to come together in moments they have to, they will. That's just how it goes. Even whether they want to tell you this or not, that's why they always try to get us to go against each other. Even if we're from different parts of the planet, they always try to make us go against each other because primarily we're supposed to work together because it's like, if you got somebody actively trying to destroy us connecting, that lets us know we kind of have to connect. If they actively trying to do divide and conquer, then that means we kind of have to go connect and defend and protect type shit. Because these motherfuckers trying to destroy us. And if we come together, it's easily, we're able to protect ourselves better. We have different motherfuckers working on different things. Rather than being disbanded trying to do it by ourselves, no, we're better off working together in different ways like the bees do. Not all actively saying we're doing this, but we know this is for the greater cause for things. Like, yo, we got to do this as a team thing, because if we work together like that, it's a bigger army. If we got the Dominicans working with the Americans, working with the Haitians, working with the Cubans, we got the Filipinos working with it. You know what I'm saying? We got the, the Hawaiians in it, the New Zealanders, because those are niggas, and the New Zealanders are niggas. You can tell by their face, bro. They're just light-skinned niggas. That's all that is. A lot of them New Zealand natives are just light-skinned niggas, bro. That's all that is. But they're indigenous. They're just a whole bunch of light-skinned niggas. That doesn't mean they're bad. No. That just means that's how the climate made them. Like Joseph Parker is an indigenous man. He's like a light-skinned nigga. Don't ever think that Joseph Parker ain't it. No. Joseph Parker is an indigenous being. He's mixed. But I love Joseph Parker, man. You could tell, bro, because how he defies the odds, And if you think about it, Joseph Parker was supposed to win his last fight, but they robbed him. That's why Joseph Parker should never, ever look at like he's bad. No, they robbed you because they don't want to keep seeing you win, bro, and defying the odds, because you got something in you to go beyond what the script wants. But if you leave it up to your promoter, Joseph Parker, Frank Warren ain't gonna give it to you. You're gonna have to take it out of Frank Warren's hands to screw you, because he'll do it if it's up to him. But he should have known that there's certain parameters you don't want to put yourself in, like the ropes. Going against Fabio Worley, you wouldn't have to do that if you know coming in you're dealing with Frank Warren. You would have had that extra gear to keep yourself off the ropes and not let that happen. But he didn't think like that. If he would have thought like that, I'm pretty sure Joseph Parker would have knocked him out earlier. Because if you looked at the fight, the only reason why Joseph Parker lost because he kept putting himself on the ropes, making it look like he getting fucked up, but he really wasn't. It was just his style for that fight, gaining extra weight, wasn't really smart, because if he was like 15 pounds lighter, he would have been able to box that guy. It would have been easier than relying on weight for power. Just rely on technique for power. He would have beat him. If he would have came in like he did Deontay Wilder, he would have beat him. He came in too heavy, bro. Like Tyson Fury coming in a little too heavy for Alexander Usyk wasn't in his favor, bro, because he wasn't nimble enough. You never want to gain extra weight to gain an advantage, unless you're Andy Ruiz. He has a certain type of weight. Unless you're Eddie Ruiz, like Eddie Ruiz gotta kind of have to be a little bit big. And he has to be disciplined. Eat the right foods, but work that bigness in the muscle, because some people gotta be big. And then Eddie Ruiz can be a champion. I gotta put this out there. I know I'm talking boxing, but if I send this energy out here, it's gonna get Andy Ruiz a title. Andy Ruiz, if he's disciplined, if he keeps himself in the gym working on muscle and keeping himself at a healthy weight, he will become a champion. He could beat Usyk. If Andy Ruiz fights Usyk and he has a disciplined camp, he will beat Usyk in the next fight. It's right there on the table, because Andy Ruiz is pretty good, bro. But Andy Ruiz don't be in a gym like that. He only gets in the gym when he got to fight. That's not good. But Andy Ruiz, if he was disciplined, I think no. They're telling me he'll beat everybody because he got a chin. Mexicans got a chin. He's like an Olmec nigga, bro. He's like an Olmec lineage type of nigga, bro. Believe it or not. I know, I can sense it. You can tell by how strong that dude is, bro. Because he got knocked out by AJ the first fight, and he got up from that bitch. Because just because you're Mexican don't mean you don't have Olmec. No, Olmecs went down there. They've been mixing with the motherfuckers that went down there to take him, and he been mixing with other motherfuckers, aboriginals, and no, he got Olmec in him, bro. A lot of Mexicans got Olmec in them. And that just means they're a different form of a nigga, bro. I swear to God, that's literally how it is. A lot of Mexicans are Olmecs. And he's just one of them, bro. And he won if you think about it, he won us a title. They say he's a Mexican. No, bro, he's an American, bro. He's an American, bro, and he won us the belt. So you got to give him respect. We got to put that out there for Andy Ruiz. You feel me? Yeah, bro. We got to put that out there for Andy Ruiz. And then another thing for David Benavidez. David Benavidez was crazy. He got Olmec in him, bro. And when it's crazy, he's darker than his fucking dad. That lets you know that boy got Olmec. That just goes to show you. That's why I always put respect in David Benavidez. But David Benavidez's problem is he ain't disciplined. You know, I got to put that out there. If he's more disciplined and he ain't scared to get into fights where he don't think he can win, he got to show himself that he can do it. But David Benavidez is better than what he think, but he ain't disciplined. But he got the Olmec in him, bro. And you never want to underestimate niggas that got that ancient root. You don't want to, confirmation with the horn. You never want to underestimate people with the ancient root. That's why, you know, I put respect on a lot of the Mexican people because they're low key your cousins or your long distant brother. If you want one of the indigenous beings in America, you never want to look at the Mexicans like an opposite. No, bro. A lot of those people are Olmecs. They used to trade with us, bro. And they used to trade motherfuckers on the tribes, bro. I promise you that's how it is. Until they put that barrier up, that's when people start to get the traditions mixed. Because they used to always move around. That's why there was pyramids in Mexico, bro, because there was no barrier. They always used to correlate, bro. They always used to come together. But until these settlers came in and started disbanding us, we started losing touch with each other. But those are Olmecs down there, bro. The deeper you get in Mexico, the darker they get. Oh, why you think they're dark? That's that Olmec shit in them. A lot of them, some of them are, you know, we got to think. They're archons. They got that weird shit with the Aztec bloodline mixed in, just like how the niggas got that archon in their bloodline. Same from the Olmecs down in Mexico. We got that same thing. We got niggas that look like us that ain't us. They got motherfuckers in there that look like them but ain't them. You feel me? We all got that shit in our race. But a lot of them people are the Olmecs. You can trace it. But some of them, they get sleep. They put them to sleep. You wouldn't know it, but they put them niggas to sleep. If they just learn to tap in with themselves, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure a lot of them do. And I see them, they'll be on a whole nother level. Oh yeah, I got this one to say. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Your detachment from others protects you from unnecessary soul ties. Yes, there's a way not to even get soul ties with people. You can be right in front of a motherfucker and not have nothing to do with them. Yes, there's a certain way you be cold. You be aware in a situation with these individuals, but you don't be attached to them. It's real easy to not be attached to people. Doesn't mean, well, certain people you don't want to give a fuck about, but even the people you care, even though they may not be connected to the same type of truths you are, you can easily be detached from these individuals and not, not have no type of soul tie. It's a certain way of detachment you have to utilize, but you can do it. So you don't have to deal with nobody's shit. You can be in the same room with a whole bunch of people and not deal with them. You can be in a whole room of family members and not have nothing to do with them. You don't form bonds to where you're emotional with these individuals. Yeah, you could be there for them and protect them, but you don't want to put their emotions over yours. So that means you always stabilize your energy no matter what. You make that a priority, stabilizing yourself, making sure that everything is okay no matter what. And that means defending that peace, whether that be not talking, whether that be exiting, whether that be forming a quiet place. You have to figure out ways to, keep yourself balanced. That's the key. You don't let nobody take that balance away. And that's the way to do it, is not even put too much emphasis on this shit. Because certain people you don't even want to be giving that energy to, man. You don't want no connection with it because they're going to be siphoning you. Straight up. You don't want that. Confirmation. Oh yeah, I got something. I gotta get this out. Then we're gonna be out of here, buddy. The primal beings are changing what years. Oh yeah. The primal beings are changing what years hold youth in. 20s or teens, 30s or 20s, 40s or 30s. They're not running on chronological order. If your body still needs to naturally stretch, that means you're still growing. Confirmation with that notification. Confirmation with that notification again. I repeat that one. If your body still needs to stretch naturally, that means you're still growing. Because I know this. Let everybody be stretching like that naturally. You have to, some people have to manually stretch, but yeah, that was the download I got. Because I noticed that's the truth, because when you're stretching, because I remember this video, they said if you keep stretching every day, you grow. But if you naturally have a stretch, that means you got extra length in your tendons to grow. Naturally. Confirmation with my shit keep vibrating. That means you confirmation with the birds. That means you naturally just have that ability to grow. And there's people that do have that. This is for entertainment purposes only. If you're seeking health advice, go to a doctor. I'm trying to be the new Dave Chappelle. Comedy Central, hire me. I'll have a whole Netflix series for you guys. This is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, when you naturally have that stretching, that's a sign that you're making space for that growth. Like you're letting your muscles stretch out. You're letting your joints stretch out. That means you're still growing. There's a lot of people that's in their later years, since they've been ascending, they're growing still. And they're older than me, bro. I've seen it in a lot of people that they're older than me, but they look really young. I'm not going to call them out. I don't want nobody hating on them. But I see it all the time. There's breatharians out there. Dude looks like he could be 30-something. I'm like, what the fuck? But he's in the 60s or 70s. I'm like, jeez. There's a lot of people out here tapping into something. I can even see Crawford. Crawford in his 40s, and he beat Canelo easy. You got to give respect to that guy. He beat Canelo pretty easy. So give that guy credit. Give that guy credit. He beat Canelo pretty easy. And he made it look like, them 30s, like, or in his 20s, like he made that shit look real easy, bro. Like he was in his 20s or something. He did that shit real easy, bro. I gotta give respect to Crawford. Oh God, he beat that dude pretty fucking easy. And he's 37. He's years older than Canelo. I think Canelo's 33. Crawford's 38. He was turning 38 a week after that fight, so you gotta give respect to Crawford. You gotta give respect to Crawford. He take care of his body to where he could evolve in later years. Same with Bitter Beef, but Bitter Beef, Bitter Beef, he kind of can, but he gotta rely on his inner strength more, I would say. But shout out to Bitter Beef, man. Shout out to Bitter Beef. But yeah, man, people are shifting and changing, and it's because their energies demanding it to happen. That's the only reason why it's really happening. The energy is letting it happen. But yeah, the Greys, though, they definitely got this ability to where they can transform now. Because, see, the Greys are connected to the slugs and the snails. Because naturally the Greys forage and look for supplies and look for who to trade with. Naturally, the upright Greys, they automatically have that in them. But sometimes they get on a pattern to where they do it too much externally to where they don't find evolution internally. But There's been beings that gave them ascension keys to where now they're elevating past technology plus technology, but forming different things within their being, going in the depths, tapping into that inner darkness, not in a bad thing, but forming, accessing ability and potential that was always there, but now they got the key to get there. But so this is changing form. So you know Giant Slug of Dragon Ball Z? The Greys got to form like that. The Greys got to form like that. So where now they're not no skinny motherfucking Gray. They're a motherfucking 60-foot buff-ass Gray. But they're not evil. That's the key. They got the ascension keys. They only got that because they're doing things purposefully. They're doing things purposefully, and they went within to tap in with the Great Mother. And the Great Mother gave them the key. Because Great Mother told us, these people put in the work, give them the key. So some Greys got the key. You know, and now they got the key they're going to give. As long as, you know, people do the right thing and they're the primal soldiers, they're going to get technology from the Greys, Halo armor, just like it's on Halo, to protect you from these motherfuckers out here that's trying to go, you know, get you to do that dumb shit and go down with them on the sinking ship. You will have the technology and the armor to protect yourself from what's to come. And these Greys are very advanced. They got a lot of soul creativity along with this technology to where I feel like it'll suit you well, because it'll focus on issues, solutions to where, hey, you ain't really got to worry about it, but you gotta be upright and be purposeful with your actions. You gotta be purposeful with your actions. Yeah, you don't want to be bumping the wrong way with the wrong motherfuckers. And they're low key, don't have your best interests at heart. These people are going to give you keys into where if you protect motherfuckers on Earth and you do the right thing, you're going to get keys. You're going to get crowned. You're going to get medaled on a whole nother atmosphere for your honor. There's people that want to meet you. Those are the people that do the right thing or are noble. Because Papa said, oh yeah, if you get blessed by Papa said, he's gonna make sure, you get your name out. You know, to where they're gonna use you as coalitions to protect other planets and clear out negative races and shit. But you going with them, you're gonna have regenerative ability to where you're gonna be all right. Because fucking with these motherfuckers, they're not going nowhere, so you're not going nowhere. It's all a test of endurance and might. That's all it is. A test of endurance and might, because they got some technology I feel like you'll be all right with, but you got to be noble. You got to be noble. You know what you got to do because you feel it in your heart. You feel it in your heart like, man, there's something better. There's something greater I got to do. The ones that got that, you're connected to this shit. I'm talking to the primal soldiers and the primal feds, so I know they're on here. So, you know, you gotta, no man left behind. We gotta go get those people because that's a sinking ship. We gotta give them the SOS like, yo, bro, hey. You know that you can actually evolve with that type of position somewhere else. They ain't gotta stay there. You can actually have breakthroughs and actually have something that won't fall, an empire that won't fall down, that ain't corrupt. Somewhere else. It's just how it go, man. You ain't gotta always do that shit. There's another way where it's way more protection. There's way more protection. Because Papa, you fucking with Papa said, oh yeah, you're gonna be all right. But like I said, it's a test of endurance and might. Don't let these people control your mind. Don't let these people control your will. It's a test of your mind, your might, your will, because you know they always attack it. So you always got to protect those things actively. And once they know you're strong, they're going to end up pushing off you. Resist the devil and he'll flee. So that's a law that you got to remind yourself on. Resist the devil and he'll flee, man. But that's about it, man. I don't think we hit on every angle that we need to. You know how I get down. This is all encrypted. And anybody trying to siphon me, any tarot readers that siphon my energy, you will have 100 years of bad luck and you will be arrested. You would find a way to do a criminal act physically to get you arrested due to you being wicked behind the scenes, siphoning my energy. Past, present, and future tarot readers that siphon my energy, as well as the celebrities, as well as the secret competitive people behind the subscriber list of my channel that actively try to siphon my energy. This goes with you as well. You actively trying to siphon my energy, your bad luck is 100 years, and you will have a physical incarceration due to your wicked ways. So tread lightly when dealing with this subject matter, because it is encrypted and is protected by cosmic, galactic, and divine forces. So take that as you will. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm trying to be the next Dave Chappelle. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. You know, I'm looking to be on Netflix. Netflix can give me a special. I honestly would probably go on Tubi TV. If I was to do something, go on Tubi TV, because everybody can reach it. You know, it'd be so big where Tubi has to pay you money for even allowing it to be up there. You got to have a product so big on free TV to where they're going to pay you because you bring in eyes. If you bring in enough eyes to anything, and if they don't value you, you can always go somewhere else. But if they really see what you bring to the table, they're going to pay you for what you do. So, yeah, this is for comedy purposes, even for Tubi. You know, if Tubi TV wants to put me on there for comedy skits, Tubi TV, I'm here. Shout out Tubi. On the phone now. But I think it's about it. I thought I had. But I'm gonna call in Ishu. I gotta call in. I'm gonna call in Ishu. You're gonna call in Ishu for labor. You know, Ishu Public Labor trying to come in so we can clear the way and bring in the transmissions into reality. So bring in everything that we spoke about, accelerated momentum. So it comes manifested in the 3D in an accelerated force, backed by primal formula. Encrypted, because you copy me, you're going to have bad health and you're going to get arrested physically for doing crime, because you're not supposed to be copying me, going out here doing what I'm doing. That's not right. You don't mock God. You copy me, you're mocking a source that is before time, that creates souls. Don't mock that energy, because it comes with consequences. It takes authenticity to be where I'm at, and you copying me, you're not me. So you're breaking a law. Be yourself. When you're dealing with the force of me, you have to abide by laws. If you don't abide by laws, consequences manifest quicker, because my energy is attached to spiritual laws that can't be broken, whether you like me or not. Whether you like me or not, you can't break those laws fucking with me. Even if you think you do, you don't. I come with laws and rules. If you don't abide by those rules, you will suffer the consequences. Like they all do. Going against cosmic law. They usually fail to reach the mark. But they reach, I teach, basically. They reach, I teach. That's basically what the energy. Ishi Papa Gleba, Papa Fist, I set you clear the way. And bring into this reality the spoken prophecy and an accelerated force. So shall I say, so shall it be, so shall it burn, so shall it be. Thank you, Ishi Papa Gleba, Papa Fist. Yeah, man, that's about it, man. If you want to hit that cash app, though, EJJIFISKER1. That's the cash app if you want to send a donation, man. Peace. Hold up.